DeathSmiles video. This is a video about DeathSmiles by Cave. I have not played very many Cave games. In fact, this is my very first Cave 1cc. I've played like less than an hour of Mushihime-sama, and like, I don't know, I've played Dota and Pachi like casually, but haven't played too many Cave games. Though I do like Toa Plan. I like Batsugan. And I like what I've played of Cave games. I just haven't played that many because you know, look at this shit. It's hard. So I don't know. This isn't quite necessarily like a 1cc guide or like an info dump about every little secret about DeathSmiles. Honestly, I don't know shit about this game. I just 1cc'd this game last night. After attempting for, I'd say around maybe 5.5 hours total playtime for me to get a 1cc. It took me quite a bit of as far as like execution goes, I'd say I've been consistently good with this game, but it took me a while to understand like routing and scoring, because I'm not really used to playing shooting games that are, you know, I'm used to vertical shooters, which are much more focused on like raw dodging and reflexes and stuff. Whereas horizontal shooters are often very like based on positioning and, you know, your weapons and scoring and shit. This game isn't too complicated, but the scoring is a little funky. As you can see, you have this, you know, you have your shot and you have your option. The option moves around you depending on your positioning, and it freezes if you are shooting. If you hold the shoot button, if you like tap the shoot button, you do a faster but weaker shot. But I think I'll get to that later. I tend to hold it just because it's more comfortable, and I don't tend to need the speed all too much. But yeah, and when you hold it, it freezes your option. And the thing is, the option does a fuck ton of damage. I'm pretty sure the option does more damage than your regular shot. So the idea is you want to get up close and personal with the enemies and kill them with your option. And there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. You know, you can shoot enemies above you, below you, you can kind of split your attention, or you can really just focus on, like, extreme damage. By the way, actually, I take back, when I said it changes with your movement, I think that that's a little different depending on the character. I do not remember, though. I have only played, I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce this character's name. She's French. Yeah, so what I'm doing is, I'm doing all the hardest stages first, and I'm doing this stage second because I've already built, I'm right about to build up enough meter to do a hyper. And what hyper does is it makes you invincible to environmental obstacles, not bullets, just environmental obstacles. And it makes it so when you destroy things, it gives you a shit ton of points. And you'll see my points go up. Once it reaches, what is it, 250,000, I think, is it? Or is it 2,000,005? I don't know. So you'll see the 25, yeah, it's not this digit, it's the next digit, 25 something. I'll get an extend, which, when I first played this game, I was kind of iffy about the health system, because it felt like there wasn't really, you know, I worked pretty hard the first time I played this game, and I didn't get a single extend, and I was like, oh, do you just not get, like, extends in this game? Do you not get to heal? And, you know, that's pretty rough, you know? You only that means you pretty much only have 3 tries to get hit, but it's a little bit more lenient than that. If an obstacle hits you, you know, like those rocks there, or like an enemy, like contact damage with an enemy, like that, it takes half of a health bar rather than a full hit. And it's a little bit deceiving that it's like represented like a health bar and it's represented like you're getting hurt. For all intents and purposes, losing one of those like pips on the bar is pretty much like tantamount to dying in any other shooting game. It took me so long to realize this, but it has the same bomb thing as Toho does, where I'm pretty sure, does every fucking shooting game do this? or when you die, you get your bombs back. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a help system, so I thought that if you run out of bombs, you run out of bombs, and, like, you probably can get pickups or whatever. But no, when you run out of one of those bars, you go back to 3 bombs. So you get a good amount of bombs in this game, and if you know what you're doing, you can get a good amount of extends. There is a total of 3 extends you can get. One at, okay, let's see, what is this number? That's 25 million. One at 25 million, one at 45 million. And there's also one that's, like, kind of hidden in a level. It's pretty easy to find. You'll see it later. It's a car that you can destroy, and depending on the difficulty you choose, it drops something different. And I go difficulty 2. At least I'm pretty sure it's based on difficulty. I go difficulty 2, and it drops a 1-up, which is cool, but the beginning of this game is not too hard. I'd say it's mostly the first few levels I choose that are difficult. Like, this attack is really fucking... This is like a fucking rage attack. And you see he doesn't really have that much health left, but I'm having trouble hitting him. Luckily, this game does have slowdown for whatever reason. I don't know why this game, like, looks like this and, like, slows down like this. It's from 2006. Like, this game is not from, like, 1994. Anyway, yeah, the difficulty system. I think it's pretty cool. As you can see, there's that rank select. You can choose which level you go to. There are 2 tiers of levels. You swap between tier 1 and tier 2 every level, and you can choose the difficulty of the level. And there's a requirement. I believe the requirement is that you need to do at least 3 level 3s, 2 level 2s, and 1 level 1. I think that that's how it works. I don't think you can make them all easy. I think there's something that happens to you if you make them all easy. And if you make too many of them hard, then the levels get extra hard and enemies start shooting revenge bullets. I like when shooting games give you, like, different paths to take, or, like, let you choose the level. It reminds me a lot of the Thunder Force series, which I'm remembering now. I still need to fucking clear Thunder Force 4. I've been meaning to do that. Ever since I've gotten better at shooting games, I've been wanting to clear Thunder Force 4. Because I, like, finally, after years, figured out how to beat the fucking boss. I don't remember. The level that has Metal Storm in it. Metal Squad, I mean, sorry. That level, the boss of that level, I've been stuck on for, like, years. But I think I know how to do it now. I think I can do it. And I've been meaning to do that. But maybe that'll be a future video. This is Mary, the best boss in any shooting game. A giant cow. I like the cubes. I don't know what it has to do with a giant cow, but I like the cubes. There is this pattern coming up that's, like, really annoying, though. This one's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention, but you can... Oh, yeah, this pattern. Look at this fucking pattern. I don't know. It's, like, kind of, like, annoying to look at. But I dodged it just fine. Genuinely, my performance with this game went up, like, immeasurably once I realized that, like, putting the option on the enemies makes it, like, that much easier. And this is the homing attack. If you hold both shot buttons, then it does this. As long as if the thing is, you have to make sure that the familiar, your option is on the boss or the enemy or whatever. And then you press both the buttons and it does that. But it also uses your meter, so you have to, like, be careful. That's why I don't use it too much. But it can be really helpful if you don't really care to aim, or if there's shit coming at you from, like, all types of directions. I'm really struggling on which to pick here. I don't know why I'm thinking it's so hard. I think I kept forgetting which level was the one with the car, and I was trying to get the car. Yeah, I really like... I don't know, I just really like how kinetic this game feels. I think I get hit by one of the fishman here, and it really pissed me off. Yeah. You gotta be careful for that. Getting hit in this game, it was something that really demotivated me in the beginning. But I like it now. It feels very punishing, but I do feel like I have enough extends to last. It's just kind of different from Touhou, where in Touhou, when you die, it doesn't feel like too big of a deal because you can get, you know, most Touhou games let you get plenty of lives, whereas this game is more so, you kind of start with most of the resources that you need, and it's more so about keeping them throughout the game rather than, like, gaining more, like, gathering resources. But, yeah. I don't use too many bombs in the, like, first segment of the game, I guess you would say, the, like, pre-final level segment. This game is similar to Thunder Force in that it's pretty easy, and then you get to the final area, and it's, like, balls hard. And that's the car. It can be a little bit, it can put you in a little bit of danger to try to shoot it, but I got it pretty good there. And now I'm looking, like, pretty good. If I didn't take that dumb hit, I probably would be fine right about now. Oh shit, I'm just realizing now, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to say about this game.
This is a public service for the Mountain are just talking about this video game. The life up in this level only gives you half a bar! Ah!
Anyway, this is Sakura. Don't ask me what the story of this game is. I don't know all too much. She's got, her dad is like, you know, fucking open a portal to hell or something. There's something like these people are from, like, the real world, and now they're in this, like, scary Halloween world or something like that, and they want to get back, and, like, her dad opened a portal to get back, but there's, like, monsters that escaped or something. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Just, all that matters is you gotta fight her, and I don't think you can play as her, which is kind of sad, because she's kind of cool. Yeah, fucking, I'm tired as shit, dude. I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm making this video is because I want to look cool, and I want people to think that I play shooting games that aren't Touhou. That's only slightly true. I know nobody watches my videos, but, like, I don't know. I have so many Touhou 1cc's, but as far as, like, non-Touhou shooting games, it's like Eschatos. I have another one, right? I have other shooting game 1cc's besides Eschatos and Touhou, right? Shit, dude, I don't know. I can't think of any. But I do really like shooting games in general. I just find I had issues playing a lot of them. And a lot of them I do like, but a lot of them can feel more like cheap thrills to me, that don't really, you know, like, feel like something I want to dedicate a lot of time to. Kind of the thing I fire up just to have some fun, and then I, you know, stop playing for the day, whereas, like, Touhou is the type of game that I'll play that for hours, just practicing. And I did enjoy this game. I did enjoy playing this game a ton. This level kind of trips me up, honestly. It's like, definitely the hardest, like, tier 1 level. These plant guys are really annoying. I think I was, like, getting really cocky and didn't bomb here, and it did actually pan out for me, because of all the slowdown. And there's a hyper coming up soon. Although I don't think I use it, because the boss is right here. It's, Wispy Woods, but, scary. At first, I really did just play this game because it was a fun shooting game. I didn't really care for, like, the graphics. I think I thought they were, you know, they were a little bit ugly, but they've kind of grown on me. I kind of like how, like, gross and, like, scary a lot of the, like, bosses and shit look. It's a cool world. It's a really cool world. I'm not a huge fan of the character designs, to be honest, but I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. The music also is something that has grown on me more. It's pretty much everything about this game is not, like, my typical shooting game, but I'm glad that I ended up enjoying it, because it's nice to kind of go out of my comfort zone. I mean, fuck, I do not play that many horizontal shooting games. It's mostly vertical shooting games for me. I mean, at this point, I want to play more vertical ones because I have that new monitor that I can turn on its side. And I'm sure anyone watching videos would be very happy to see a game that actually fits something resembling their aspect ratio. And that was my 45 million second extend. Yeah, I don't have much to say about, like, the patterns. This is really, like... This game barely feels like a bullet hell. There's definitely Danmaku involved, but it feels much more aligned with, like, how, like, a lot of retro, shooting games are. I mean, I guess that's kind of part of just because it's a fucking horizontal shooter. They're usually... Horizontal shooting games, even the ones with Danmaku, are not usually that dense. I do want to, like, play more horizontal shooting games. I've been meaning to fucking beat, not even just 1cc, but beat Einhander for, like, over a year now. I just haven't come back to it. I like that game, though. It's really cool. I like 3D shooting games. There aren't too many of them, but it's cool when they like, exist. Man, I really hope that this is not one of those videos where, like, I'm tired making them and you can just see my slow descent into just slumber while I'm making it. I probably sound tired as shit. Yesterday was a night shift, so I'm fucking tired. This attack is mean. This graveyard level, I did it on I won difficulty, didn't I? But it was still pretty damn hard. It's by far the hardest of the, like, normal levels. But we're gonna go to the... I like the sound she makes. I can't tell if she's, like, coughing or if she's, like, doing, like, a funny laugh. But I think it's funny. We're gonna... There's something really funny coming up. Look at her stupid portrait. She's so dumb looking. Anyway, final level. There's also an extra stage which I do want to tackle, but I was on a pretty good pace playing this, so I was just like, oh, whatever, I can probably go for, like, a 1cc. This final level, I have played it 3 times. The first time was very early on in me playing this game, and I barely got anywhere. I'm pretty sure I died, like, probably 10 seconds from now, the first time I played it. And so, yeah, I didn't get very far. The second time, I got to the final boss, but I died. And obviously, this one's a 1cc, so I beat the game. But this final level is... You're gonna see, it's pretty crazy. It's one of the craziest fucking levels I've played in a game before. It's by far, like, it's definitely not, like, the hardest. Not at all. But it's very crazy. You'll see. Like, there's shit all over the place. Because of this game being so focused on enemies coming from, like, all sides, there's just hell coming from everywhere. And yeah, I'm still using hypers, which it's good because it makes it so I don't have to deal with contact damage. I don't really take advantage of that because I'm too scared, but, you know, I don't have to deal with contact damage, and I've got a lot more firepower in hyper mode, which is good. There's no real incentive to have hyper mode at this point besides, like, the, you know, little boost it gives you. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more to hyper mode besides the scoring. It doesn't feel like it's that helpful for killing enemies, although you look at this and I'm absolutely obliterating everything, so maybe I should, like, shut my mouth. But yeah, you can see that it's kind of crazy how everywhere everything is. And this level is long, too. I remember when I first played this level and I saw Mary again, I was like, oh no, do we have to fight all of the bosses? I've been playing the level this long, and we're only on, like, the second boss. But I guess you don't have to fight the tree, right? The tree's not in this level. I don't know why Mary is in this level again. Or I guess that's, like, a different cow. These guys are really annoying. Their bullet barrages are, like, scary, but this game is, like, so much based on, you know, Toho, it's not really that big of a deal, but with this game's so much more based on enemies. The shooting game, like, the shooting game tip of, like, kill them before they kill you is, like, so fucking relevant in this game. I think it's, like, the #1, like, thing to keep in mind with this game is just kill everything as fast as possible. Because you're seeing, like, I'm really managing the bullets, but if these enemies were to stay on the screen longer, the screen would be pretty full. Although I do have some very good resources. And I got hit there. It felt very avoidable. The worst shit in a shooting game is when you get hit, and it feels, like, very avoidable, and it's not from some difficult attack, and it's just some stray bullet. I think all of my hits before the actual final boss were all, like, stray bullet hits. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because it's annoying, but it's also a good thing because it means I really do not struggle with the earlier portions of this game. Even the final level, now that I have played it, now that I've played, like, the later sections twice, I'm good at it. It was very quick to pick up, and yeah, it's really, I think, the only big difficulty for this game is the final boss. I've seen people say that this is a good beginner shoot 'em up, and I'm not completely sure about that. It's so hard to tell, like, what's a good beginner shoot 'em up or not, because there are a lot of shooting games that are easy, but I don't know how easy they are to someone who hasn't played one before, if that makes sense. Like, Touhou 13, I think, is the easiest Touhou game. But the thing is that you don't have many resources in that game, so it's very punishing. If you fuck up, you lose a big percentage of your resources. So, like, for someone who would fuck up a lot, it's not easy, but for someone who's good like me, who wouldn't fuck up too much, it's incredibly easy. And that's why I don't like Touhou 13, but, you know, that's besides the point. I don't know if a new shooting game fan would be able to grasp with the way that the option works. And also, I imagine someone who's not used to shooting games would get pretty annoyed at the way the extend system works. The patterns are pretty easy, though. And I think Rosa is a better character than the character that I'm playing. At least, I would imagine so, considering she's, like, the one character I see everyone online playing. Like, every 1cc I see is with Rosa. Yeah, this segment, when I first played this level, I was like, fucking hell, there's more to this level? And it's really not too much, but it's like, when you go into a new location and there's a new song and everything, you're just like, okay, how long is this final level gonna be? Because it's so hard to keep track of time while you're playing the game. I was really worried that it'd be like Touhou, where, like, oh, it's the final boss, and then the final boss is, like, 10 minutes long. But yeah, this is, what's his name? Jitterbug, yeah. That's Sakura's dad, and I guess Sakura's gone now, and we gotta fight Jitterbug. He's been, like, consumed by evil or something. Don't ask me to explain the stories of shooting games. That's not why I played them. That's not why anyone plays them. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And this is very, you know, bullet hell, but because of the slowdown, it's pretty manageable. And look at how many resources I got. I got a lot of resources. And now I'm just kind of resorting to homing because I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna get a hyper anyway, because it's the final boss, and also, very much based on avoidance. I think I dropped a bomb. I think I missed a bomb there. But I'm not sure. That was a pretty bad mistake, though. This one's fun. I really like the dodging in this game. I feel very incentivized, because it's also fast, I feel very incentivized to, like, dodge it all. But yeah, that's Jitterbug. Oh, who's that? It's Tyranno Satan. And this is the true final boss. You know you're fucked when the fucking Dracula fucking Nosferatu-ass music plays. Yeah, when I first was doing the final boss, I barely beat Jitterbug. and I was like, oh shit, please tell me I don't have to fight that thing. And then I did, and I cried, and I lost. But this time I won. This fight is the true test of your shooting game skills. Or the true test of how many bombs you have. And you'll see I bomb a lot here because, you know, I can. It's not quite as egregious as, like, the Batsugun final boss that people recommend, like, bombing 6 times and just fucking killing them, but, yeah, no, it's pretty bombable. Especially considering I don't think this game conditions you all too much to deal with these types of patterns. This is definitely the, like, oh no, you're about to beat the game, please get the fuck out of the arcade moment. Like, you know, like, give us more money kind of moment. I've heard a lot of arcade games are like that they have some bullshit in them compared to console games because of, you know, quarter munching, but I've never really experienced that too much because I haven't played too many arcade shooting games. I think this game's pretty fair, though. Even if this final boss is pretty hard. But maybe that's just because I'm, like, you know, such a crazy shooting game fan. I imagine someone playing this game just to play a fun game in the arcade wouldn't even get this far. But, yeah, once you see this pattern, you're pretty much done as long as you have, like, 2 or 3 more bombs. And I think I take a hit here. I take a hit here that I pretty much could have avoided. Like, looking back, these patterns are not too hard. I think I was mostly stressed out, and honestly, this guy's actually scary to look at, and that was kind of a part of the stress. I really like a lot of the, like, boss designs in this game. But yeah, that's... Tyranno Satan is dead. And that's my, DeathSmiles 1cc. And do a little dance.